Hello again, it's Kate here, your business coach and mentor. Today, we're going to talk about exactly what you can do in your online business to strategically innovate and begin to pivot your marketing direction, your offers, and your sales approach and strategies to adapt to the current economic and market shifts that are going on currently in about Q2 of 2024. If you didn't catch the last video, I covered exactly what the current economic and market shifts that are happening in the online business market and social media landscape and how it's affecting the online business landscape. Because things are changing and things are different, and you as an online business owner and even IRL business owner need to adapt. And today I'm going to give you real, honest, and tangible tips and solutions that are going to help you gain more trust in your audience, increase your engagement, probably grow your email list, your funnels, and your events, and hopefully, and most definitely, will most likely lead to more sales in your online business. And if you are new here, my name is Kate, and I am a business coach and mentor going into my 6th year, 10 years of entrepreneurial experience. And I help online business owners holistically and strategically grow their online businesses and scale. I help you build an expansive brand, scalable business models and offers, with helping you become your most embodied and expanded CEO self, creating your expansive and built for scale brand and offer models, and create strategies that actually book out the sales that you want to be making and definitely can in your online business. But if you want to be, let's listen to these tips today, because I promise this is going to help you. And this isn't just some run-of-the-mill general tips that you're seeing, like, that are always put out by business coaches and mentors, like, here's how to boost your engagement on Instagram. I want to talk about now solutions. I want to talk about what is happening, how it's affecting your business, and exactly what you should be doing to remedy what is going on. That's why my clients get such insane results, because I focus on solving problems. I focus on holistic solutions that are actually going to get to the root problem. And something I really want to help you be aware of and kind of warn you about is, if you're looking for online business coaching and mentorship support in the online business space, especially now and over the next coming months of the rest of this year, you're going to see a lot of what I call like rabbit out of the hat, quick magical solutions that are going to promise to solve your online business growth and sales problems. And there may be some really great offers out there. There may be some solutions, but I just want to encourage you to be a savvy business owner, to be mindful of who you're investing in. I don't want to make anybody more scared to invest than they already may be right now, but I just want you to be aware of that maybe a lot of people who are desperate for sales or who are newer to business, who may not know what they're doing or may be struggling themselves, may think that they can create a magic quick solution that may fix your problems. But I just really want to empower you to find the holistic solutions that you need for your business that's going to solve your problems, so that the money you are investing does create a return on investment. And really quick, before I dive into today's juicy tips, head on over to my Instagram, because I actually just launched sliding scale business coaching holistic strategy intensives. You can now book a strategy intensive with me for a sliding scale starting at just $99, which is insane. My business coaching intensives usually start at $597 per session. Because of everything you guys have been telling me, because of what I've been seeing going on, I decided that I'm going to open this up for a limited time, because I want to help you get the solutions you need to close those strategic gaps and help you create the momentum in the right direction that's going to meet you where you're at and is actually going to create a result. So if you want more details about that, head on over to my Instagram. There's limited spots. This is a limited time offer. My clients' results absolutely speak for themselves. So head on over to my Instagram below at I am Kait Visser, or scan the QR code right on the page here, and you can go check out the Holistic Strategy Intensive sliding scale sessions and grab yours. All right, let's get into today's video. So before I break down exactly what I think that you should be doing to strategically innovate in your online business right now, I want to go a little bit further into what I talked about in last video. You need to understand what these economic and social media algorithm and platform shifts actually create and what manifests, and how it leads to a lack of engagement and lack of sales. When you understand this, just as a baseline already, you are going to feel so much more empowered and confident. You're going to be able to reapproach your business with such more of a strategic mindset to actually solve your strategy problems and get to those desired results quicker. So the very first thing that you need to understand what is creating this lag in sales, this lack of engagement, is one, there's a big lack of trust right now, and people are very skeptical, more skeptical than ever. You can probably think about a time in your life where things were uncertain, maybe you were having financial struggles, maybe money was a little bit tight, and during that time, you were probably in a little bit of a nervous system freeze state. You were less willing to spend money, maybe you didn't want to go out and hang out with people as much, go to events, less willing to travel and do things. You need to understand on a holistic level how these big platform shifts affect business owners, not just yourself, but the other people on social media, whether you are a B2B or B2C business. And you need to understand how the economic shifts are affecting people in their mental health and their nervous system states. Because when you do, you're going to be able to speak to them a lot more strategically and directly. So when these changes happen, when people are kind of in a freeze or nervous or anxious state of being, they're going to be less likely to trust you and more skeptical with their buying decisions, not just with you and your product or service, but all around with what they're buying, right? This is what I really want you to understand. If you were already struggling to cultivate trust with your audience, if people weren't already clear on what you have to offer, what your brand is about, who you're here for, who you're not for, your marketing didn't speak to them, your sales strategies were maybe more repulsive than attracting and empowering, all these different things, if they were not clear, cohesive, magnetic before, right now, you're just going to be struggling that much more. So this is why you really need to know that even if sales are slow all around, there is so much that you can be doing to still improve your business, still work on your strategy, and keep making sales, and even possibly growing and thriving in today's economy. This is why taking a holistic approach is so effective and so important, not just when you're working with me, but something I just really want you to adopt overall in your mindset is understanding the root problems of things. So you may be thinking, right now I'm lacking in my engagement on Instagram and people aren't joining my offers. I need to just put out more offers. I just need to post more. Maybe that might help, but I really want you to think about why is this happening? Where is this coming from? Where does the lack of engagement come from? Why aren't people ready to jump on your offers, right? And there are so many different things that you can be doing to meet your audience where they're at and to be building trust. I think people are also lacking hope right now. A lot of times people think that the worst thing that could happen in their business, as a business owner, is to lose motivation or inspiration. But truly the worst thing is to lose hope, right? And so if you're a B2C or B2C business owner, think about your ideal client, whether it's a consumer or another business owner, and where and how might they be lacking hope right now in their lives as a consumer or in their own businesses, how you're speaking to them. So I know as an online business coach right now, I need to be speaking to you about why there is hope, because you may be losing hope. You may be losing trust in business coaches and mentors as a whole because the market is oversaturated. Everyone's trying to give you a solution, but you may have gone through dozens or even hundreds of programs at this point, and you're like, I'm still not where I want to be because, there was a really big boom and a lot of people gave out really quick solutions and a lot of people copied other people, right? And maybe you kind of bought into this dream, but you didn't quite get the solutions you need. And so now not only are you less likely to trust in this ability to create your own business or grow your business, but you may also be lacking hope as on a foundational level, but now you're really lacking hope because of the economic changes. So I'm not here to sell you false hope. I want you to know that there is hope, but you have to choose first and foremost to want to believe that there is hope and to want your business to succeed. Every business is going to go through ups and downs. That is the journey of entrepreneurship. And you have to constantly be growing cyclically with your business. If you are not growing on an interpersonal level, the business industry, being an entrepreneur, will totally eat you up and spit you out. It is a rough game out there. Building an online business is one of the hardest and also most rewarding things you'll ever do. So it's important to be addressing like your own needs for hope and trust in what you're doing, and also be addressing what your B2C or B2B customers, why they're lacking hope right now. Again, there are things you can be doing. You can be building trust. You can be helping them have hope. Why? Why should they have hope? Why should I trust you? Why should I have hope in what you do? Why should I have hope all around in today's world? I'm not telling you that you should go out and like solve people's problems necessarily, or like baby them or coddle them or tell them, hey, everything's going to be okay, but just speak to them like real people. That doesn't mean you can't have marketing and you can't have sales and invoke sales strategies, but business is shifting, and like I said in the last video, I think a lot of the changes that are going on can actually be a really positive thing, because throughout the next year and a couple of years, I think business actually might be becoming more human in some ways, because people are getting smarter, right? They have consumed a lot of crappy products, a lot of crappy services, and they know now, they know better, and they know what they want and what they don't want. So speak to them like the smart people that they are. Another thing you have to understand, another symptom of all the changes that are going on and how it may be manifesting in your business market landscape, is people may have already bought your product or service and maybe it didn't work for them, or they realized like that certain approach wasn't for them, and they're going to be less willing and less likely to buy or to buy again. So this is another symptom of these problems. Like, where is this creating a ripple effect? Like I talked about in the last video, I think the changes that we're seeing, like the lag in sales for a lot of people in the online business market, it was like a domino effect already set up. I think just like a recession just pushed on the dominoes and it's just speeding things up, which again, in some ways can actually be a good thing, because a lot of things are being revealed to you right now. You're being forced to innovate. You're being forced to really refine those strategies and work on those things that you may have been pushing to the side or thinking it's not that important. Now is the time to figure it the F out, to get your ish together. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but it means if you really want things to work, you have to show up so the sales can be available to you. And so if people are realizing that your product or service maybe isn't for them, maybe they're not seeing the worth in it as much anymore, maybe they're less willing to buy or try the thing, again, what can you do to build trust and build hope with them again, so they're more likely to buy your product or try it again, or your service? Like, why might they not be so trusting anymore? What are they experiencing in a now problem? This is a really tangible thing that you can journal on, that you can brainstorm on, that you can create content on. Is I really want you to focus on speaking to the now problems and the now status of what your clients and customers may be feeling. Now, this might not be applicable for every single business owner. Like if you're an Etsy shop and you sell handmade clay earrings, you're not going to be like, the world is scary, so buy my earrings. Like, you know what I mean? Actually, you could do that. You could be like, hey, the world is uncertain, but you know what I am certain about? You would look great in these earrings. Like, I don't know, have fun with shit. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying. Actually, I just bought some new earrings. They're little cherry dice. I went to Claire's. She went to Claire's. She went to Jared. She went to Claire's. Anyways, but I went to Claire's and I was like a kid in a candy store again. Did you ever go to Claire's as a kid? Yes, I am almost 30 years old and I still shop at Claire's. It was so much fun. I got new scrunchies. I am a scrunchie queen because I have such long hair. Anyways, they have a buy 3 get 3 free right now. Claire's got my money. I spent like $40 at Claire's this week. You know why? Because that was a doorbuster deal. That was good. I love a good deal. I love a sale. I love hosting sales. I trust you, Claire's. I mean, actually, I kind of don't. These are really poor quality, but you know, sometimes you need a little a little ADHD shopping spree dopamine boost. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled programming. So those are some of the symptoms that are manifesting, and now you need to focus on what can I be doing to remedy these symptoms. So it's like disease is happening in the economy, in the online space, and these are the symptoms that are happening. Like, it's not the whole problem, it's a symptom. So we got to treat the disease, right? You need a holistic solution. You got to give your biz some medicine. So it has the disease of recession, and Instagram changed their analytics like 5 million times and not everyone's suffering. And so now there's those symptoms of lacking trust, being more skeptical, lacking hope, less ready and willing to buy, maybe oversaturated market, so they're less willing to buy, less willing to try again, right? So what are the solutions? What's the holistic solution? So those are some of the symptoms that are happening from this overall kind of like, let's say, business disease. Now I want to talk to you about the solutions. So some of the solutions I have for you today, these are kind of direct remedies to those direct symptoms. And then I'm going to break down specific categories and helping you understand now, what does this look like to innovate and strategically pivot in the categories of your business. We're going to be talking about offers, marketing, and visibility strategy. Marketing can kind of encompass sales and marketing as a whole. So like I said, first, we have to be building trust. So I want to challenge you. One of the best things that you could do from today's video, you could get a lot from today's video if you take notes and you actually apply what I'm teaching you, because this could totally be a free class. It may just be because I'm giving out so much in the next few minutes here. But one of the first things you could be doing is to strategically think about, what can I be doing to build trust with my audience right now? This can look like reposting client testimonials, customer reviews, posting them in multiple places, putting them on the front page of your website, creating a pin post on your Instagram feed, creating reels, maybe multiple, maybe peppering them throughout the next few weeks, the next few months, making this part of a weekly strategy. And trust isn't just built from direct client testimonials and reviews. You may have a business where sharing your own results or your own transformation might be important. Like, say you are a fitness coach and you help people build muscle, or maybe I am a business coach and I want to show people that I know how to create great social media content that receives engagement. Maybe I am making online sales and I want to show you my results, or I am showing you the behind the scenes of how I build things. Like, there's so many different facets of how you can be building trust. There are other ways to be building trust too, like bringing people behind the scenes, maybe showing them the behind the scenes of making your products, of creating your offers, giving them a preview, doing an open house, doing a tour. There are so many ways that you can be building trust. Again, I want to show you the ways that you can take the power back into your hands today. There's so many things that you could be doing. And I don't want this to be an overwhelming thing to you, because you're probably thinking like, Kait, I know there's so many things I could be doing, but I'm going fucking crazy. We've all been there. But sometimes you might be doing a lot of what you don't actually need to be doing, and you need to be doing more of what your business actually needs. So maybe before you brainstorm some of these things, make a F off list. I've had clients do this and they've actually loved this. Make a what the F doesn't freaking matter list. What can you let go of? What no longer serves you? What strategies or approaches are you freaking done with? You can let shit go before you commit to doing more, innovating more. And honestly, I really, really recommend it. Again, you may be unaware that you hold so much power to lift yourself up and completely change the game in your own business, even with just some perceptual shifts, even with just a little self-permission. So get off of that dusty ass place you are in your mind. Get out of those stinky ass pajamas, go get a shower, go get yourself a coffee, a fat sandwich, grab a freaking journal, and I want you to write down your F off list, and then I want you to write down how you're going to innovate. You can take your power back. Whew. Okay, on to thing number 2. Another solution to those symptoms are really honing in your unique and defined brand messaging, positioning, and UVP, unique value proposition. So this is another thing that's going to help build that trust and help give people hope, is not just selling your product or your service and making that your whole brand, or making your brand entirely about you if you don't really have an entirely personal position brand, or maybe making your whole brand just about your product or just about your clients. Maybe you need to bring more of you into your brand. But overall, 2024 is the year of brand. It is the year of humanness. It is the year of transparency. It is the year of connection. It is the year of building trust once again. We desperately need it in the online business market. And part of building trust is you taking the initiative to really understand what your brand is here to do, who you're for, who you're not for, what your unique value proposition is, and why people are attracted to your specific product or service, and as you as the business owner with how you're showing up to the business. So I know for me, for example, I have been creating a lot more of a personal brand presence. This is something I'm going to be breaking down for you in a later on video, but I actually want to share with you how I am in real time strategically innovating, because there's a lot I'm doing behind the scenes. Like, you may only see just a little bit, like, oh, she's posting a little bit different content on Instagram. Oh, I noticed she's posting on YouTube again. Like, I have a deep, insane, sickening strategy and plan that I am cultivating and creating and playing out right now behind the scenes, and this is literally part of it. I'm not just showing up here on a whim. Pretty much everything I do is calculated, it's strategic, because I'm a business owner, because I know what I'm doing. And so, part of what I'm doing strategically is I know people really like to see like a lot of personal content of mine on Instagram. I've always shown up in a little bit more of a personal brand approach to my business. People like me. I think I have a decent personality, and people feel like they can trust me because, well, I am a trustworthy person. I think sometimes when I speak more face to camera, people are like, oh, she does know what she's talking about. So sometimes I hold myself back and I think like, my voice is cringy. Like, if I'm being honest, I actually really struggle to get back on YouTube or to post more like reels and stuff, because I don't really like my voice. It's something I am working on. I feel like I need a speaking coach. I probably need like speech therapy. It's probably like a little bit of a neurodivergent thing. That's like a vulnerable moment for me, but I know that it's important for me to own my own shit. Like, dude, okay, get over it. You don't like your own voice. It literally doesn't matter. Speak your truth. Get your face back on YouTube. Get your face back on Reels on Instagram. People want to see you. They want to hear you speaking. They want to know you're a real person. They want to know what you're about. They want to feel connected to you. And so, since I've been doing more of like face to camera, actually speaking my truth, just showing up as myself, helping people know like, hey, I'm a human right behind the screen and I understand what you're going through, and I'm actually speaking to you like a real freaking human. Guess what? Like, my engagement has totally gone up. I've been getting way more responses in my content. People have been signing up for my events. So like, good things are happening from this. Good things are happening from this. So when I say like, hey, do this, I'm not just like selling you some solution. I'm market testing these things in real time. So for me, a personal brand approach and bringing more of my personal brand back onto social media has been something really beneficial for me. So you as a whole, treating your symptom of lack of trust or lack of hope in your audience, lack of engagement and buying from you, may mean on a core foundational level you may be lacking brand clarity, and you need to bring more of that into your content strategy as a whole. So this can look like more brand awareness content, like, what do you do? What problem do you solve? How are you unique? Like, literally freaking spell it out for people. It may be so apparent to you, and maybe even if you've been in business for a while, it's like, why do I want to talk about this again? No, assume people are consuming like 5 million freaking pieces of content a day, and they are like getting dementia and have no idea who you are at the end of the day. Talk to them about what you do. Talk to them about your approach. I promise you that being annoying and repetitive in your content is going to do nothing but benefit you in your business. I've literally had clients before. I remember this in like 2020. I had a client who was just starting her business. Oh my gosh, this is such a good story. She was just starting her business and said, Kate, like, does this really work? Like, you're really like annoying in your content. I was like a little offended. She's like, you're really annoying in your content. You just talk about the same thing over and over and over again. I'm like, mm-hmm. She's like, does that actually work? And I'm like, uh-huh. I'm like, I just had a $20,000 launch. Uh-huh. Keep going. Keep doing it, honey. She's like, okay. Gosh dang it. All right. I'll follow your advice. I'm like, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Guess what? I mean, this was just one piece of the whole strategy, but a few months later, she went full-time, quit her job, and now has a multi-6, if not 7-figure business online. This was just a few years ago. Server and yoga teacher to like rock star coach, like absolutely owning the ish out of her industry. So yes, be annoying in your content. Like drench people in your brand's goodness. Be a potent brand vibe. Be a potent brand portal. I'm gonna be like that guy for that Microsoft commercial. I wonder if I can post that.
Question. Holy cow, I'm gonna have to tough it up now. Here we go. What's the $64,000 question for the field? What is the most asked question that I've received this week? What the hell are we supposed to do about .net, Steve? It's a very good question, and it's got a very, very clear answer. Developers. The key to .net, the key to industry transformation, the key to success is developers, 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 developers.
Developers, 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 developers.
Developers, 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 developers.
Potent brand vibe, potent brand vibe, potent brand vibe.
Developers, developers, developers.
Brand, 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 brand. Brand portal, brand portal.
Yes!
That is your job right now. Be a potent brand vibe. Be a potent brand vibe. Brand portal, brand portal, brand portal. Oh, people probably think I'm crazy that are watching from the outside. But I want to encourage you to be more annoying and to just really drench your content in your brand's goodness. Bring in more brand clarity content. Bring in more brand clarity and peppering your brand approach, your unique value proposition, your, unique, I don't know, whatever's freaking unique about you and your brand into your sales strategies and promotions. Bring it more into your offers. Like, now's not the time to be a clone and play it safe. And it's not the time to be so different that people don't even understand who you are or what you do. The thing is they just need to know who you are, what you're here to do, what you're not here to do, and who you're not for. And can I trust your product? Can I trust your service? Because people are always going to buy your brand before they ever buy from you. I've been saying this for years. I know this to be true, especially for me as an online business coach. Whenever I am looking for another business coach or mentor or educator that I want to learn from, for me personally, like, I kind of gotta like the person who I'm gonna buy from. I think it's really wise sometimes to separate the art from the artist when you are investing in your business, because there's people that are really freaking smart and you need to learn from, that sometimes they may not really be your person. Like, to a degree, you can't work with people that you like just truly do not vibe with at all and repulse you. But like, for me, it's really important that I feel like these people get me, or I can relate to them on some level. They can really like solve my problem. They have a solution for me, or really like the way they do business. Like, I need to connect with them on certain levels, certain value aspects. Otherwise, like, no matter how good your offer sounds, like, I can't work with you. That's partly like a trauma and like safety thing, and that's partly just like, I just have experience investing with people. Like, I just get people, and I just know how you're going to provide your product or service, or I can see through your marketing. So you got to bring that same like thing into your marketing and into your offers. Like, why are people maybe on the fence about working with you, or why might people not be super trusting in your industry right now, or what is a common problem with your products? Just like I was saying with creating more trust building content, you can be doing this in your unique in your unique business and with your unique products. Like, even if you have a niche product and like specifically a product-based business, you can still be bringing this trust. Like, you might not be thinking like, I don't have client testimonials, I sell earrings or I sell candles. Like, create videos of you lighting your candle, explain the notes of what it smells like, show yourself making the candle, show yourself boxing up orders, tell the history of your company, tell them the value of the products that are going into this candle and how you make it and why it's quality and why it stands out from your competitors. Like, go insane. And then also build your brand vibe and build your brand aesthetic. Take cute videos of you lighting the candle and build the mood and what does it feel like, and I want that. And is this candle non-toxic or does it have a really unique smell? Like, there are so many different things that you can be selling to sell your product, if you know what I mean. Like, people don't necessarily always buy your product or solution. They buy how it makes them feel. They buy the values that you embody. They buy you, your personality. I know a lot of people work with me because they like who I am. A lot of people work with me because I'm really obsessed about holistic strategies and holistic solutions, not just like getting to the root of a problem, but I also incorporate like mindset coaching, like basically mindset and life coaching into my business coaching work. I also help clients in certain levels with wellness and embodiment things, so actually talking about their health and mental health. So people really come to me because they want that 360, like fully embodied solution, especially when they work with me one-on-one, but they also really like the way I educate and they like the way that I provide things and they like my brand aesthetic and everything else because I'm fabulous. Another thing you can be doing to remedy those symptoms of what's going on, a solution, is how can you be speaking to your customers' now problems and where we're at? We just talked about this a little bit a few minutes ago when I was talking about the symptoms, but I really want you to think about bringing this into your content, bringing this into your strategy. You can kind of pivot if you're like launching right now or you're currently promoting something, an event or product or service. Really think about, again, what is the current life status? What is the current feeling, place in their life that your client or customer, B2C or B2B, is experiencing? What are they going through? And how can you meet them where they're at and speak to their now state of being, speak to their now problems, right? So this can be things that you can alter in your content, really speaking to them on a human level, speaking to their now problems, but as well, you can also be meeting your clients where they're at right now with innovations in your sales strategy, with your offer strategy. Something that I really recommend that you look into, and I know this is something that I actually love using, is things like Klarna and Afterpay. If your customer's budget is smaller, could they still buy your product or service, but instead of buying your $50 candle, they can pay through Afterpay and pay like 4 different payments. So now they can actually buy it today and you get paid in full by Klarna or Afterpay or whatever, payment financing site you used, but they are paying them. And they may just, some of them charge interest, some of them don't, but like, I love those. I just went shopping a couple weeks ago and bought like $300 worth of new clothes, but I only had to pay like, I think 40 or 60 bucks. Like that day. It was like, I love it. I also just bought a new fridge for my trailer on Amazon. I totally did Afterpay. I love Afterpay. So I think integrating those things are super savvy. I think they're kind of essential, especially if you have like a higher priced product. It doesn't work for everything. You can innovate with these financing platforms, but you can also innovate in your business, especially if you have higher ticket services or products, with things like maybe longer payment plans or incentives to maybe like pay in full or different things like that. Like, you can get creative. I'm not going to list off the 1,000,001 ways. Those are some really like easy to think of sales strategies. Sometimes those things may work. Sometimes, no matter, how good of the deal, they may not work because you may be lacking those foundational things of trust and reciprocity and brand clarity as a foundation. So a really good thing to think about is if you are implementing a lot of sales strategies or offering a lot of new offers, people are still not joining, people are still not buying your product, you got to go back to those foundations and elevate the foundations so that the movers of that energy are actually effective. Strategy, things like launching and putting out more offers, sales strategies, like really think about things that are strategy, they're movers of energy. And the things that are foundational are like your values and your brand and what you're here to do, like the clarity, the energy, the foundations, everything else just moves it. And so if you're lacking those foundations, if those foundations are broken, those movers of energy, those strategic tools may not do anything, and they may actually drive people away. So you can be innovating, and I think you still should be innovating in your payment plans and different things, speaking to your customers' now problems with your content, but also really creating options for their now problems and what they're experiencing in their lives. And with that, you can also have fun with this and think about, what is an offer I can create for people right now that is an offer that they simply cannot refuse? This doesn't mean that you have to sell yourself short, that you have to give your biggest and best thing for the cheapest. It also means you can. But I think the biggest thing that you need to be doing in your business right now is to just gain the trust of people. And sometimes that may mean doing maybe a temporary sale or innovating how you're offering maybe your highest value product and giving them a sample. Like, build trust with people. You just need to get them through the door. You can also be innovative and really strategic and create something like a loss leader product, which I have actually seen a lot of people doing right now. Again, it's not going to be super effective if you're lacking the foundations already in your strategy and that magnetism. But a loss leader product would be essentially like taking, let's say you have a core signature program. If you're like a service provider or coach, and it's like a $2,000 program, it's a group program that you open like every quarter, and it's like super jam-packed with value. It's got lots of modules in it. Maybe you take like one or a couple of those like really high value modules and you sell it for like $7.99, and you like, that's like your main promotion for the next like month, 3 months. And where the big conversions are going to happen is in the back end selling and your actual trust funnel that you would build with that. But why people would do that is they're not necessarily thinking that they're going to make millions from a $7 product, or even just a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s. You could actually, but the real reason someone might do that is that they might just be trying to boost sales. One, like, you can definitely make a lot of sales with a low ticket product, but two is that they're really trying to get people through the door. So I might, you might be a marketing coach that has a signature marketing program, but right now my now problem is something to do with like Instagram engagement. So you take the whole section, the whole like maybe 4 module section of the engagement part, social media engagement and reach part of your marketing program that's usually $2,000, and you take that out, and for the limited time you're going to sell that for $7.99 or $9.99. You could even run ads to it, you could run events around it, and it's like this just unbeatable deal. It's like, there's no reason I shouldn't jump on that, right? I get that. Through it, maybe I'm learning about your marketing program and you're like, see what I can do for you, see the value here. And maybe even through that, you give me a tour of the marketing program, you share client testimonials, you can like re-record these modules and like add in some now solutions to make it relevant to what people are experiencing right now. Like, you would be so surprised. Little tweaks like that could just skyrocket your sales. They could just blow things out of the frickin' water. But again, I think sometimes we get so bogged down in like the daily life and the daily grind, it can be really draining. And so you might just be unaware of all the power that you hold to take control of your business and really shift these things. There are so many solutions to the now problems that are going on in your life and your business. But if you're not willing to focus on the solutions that are available to you, and you're more focused on the problems, that's what you're going to keep getting. That's with anything in life. And that's not to say that your problems aren't valid, that your business may be struggling or may not be making the sales you want to be making yet. Like, what you're experiencing, your life experience, is valid. And yes, and there's room for yes, and you also have to acknowledge that you must act from your desires and not your fear. You must focus on what could work, innovation, being more strategic, being more clear, thinking about the things you can do and what is available to you, where power is and not where it isn't, if you're ever going to change the game for your business. This is again why working with a business coach and mentor is so freaking valuable, because not only do I know how to strategically help you set these things up as a whole and for your business, but I help you see where things can go right. I'm going to help you see what is in your power, help you understand what the holistic solutions are for your business, so you can get back into a place of power, a place of being creative and strategic again, and getting back to making sales and growing your online business. And I've been through these challenges myself. You're not just paying for what I know, you're paying for the access of my deep experience and knowing how to navigate these things. And I've worked with a wide array of business owners for multiple years and in different industries to really help you understand how to remedy your strategic problems in your unique industry. So check out the holistic strategy sessions, the new sliding scale sessions on my Instagram. And if you want to book one right away, all you need to do is click the link below. There's a Calendly booking link. You can book a call. From that call, I'm going to email you the email you provide me, and we will set up what rate is going to work for you for that sliding scale session. We'll get you locked in. You'll pay your payment for the rate. We'll discuss which rate is right for you for the payment. Rates start from anywhere between $99 to $597, what I usually charge for my service. You can let me know what you're able to do right now. This is, like I said, a limited time offer and something I'm not going to offer to a million people. I'm only going to do this for a limited amount of people. So jump on this if you know that you need support and you want growth in your business and you are dedicated to making this thing work. Because this video was so in depth already, I'm going to have to make a part 2 to part 2. I think this is going to be the third video of the series. So the series is probably going to have like 4 to 5 videos, which more work for me, but it's awesome for you because you're just going to get that much more value. So next up in next video, I'm going to be breaking down where you can innovate in specific categories of your business. What is working right now in terms of offers, marketing, and visibility strategy. Thanks, friend, for joining me again today. And reminder that this is part of an ongoing series for all of May that I'm doing 30 days of free business coaching. What that means is that you can ask me any business questions that you want me to cover or request specific topics. Comment them below and I will include them in my next video. Thanks for joining me, friend, and I will see you again tomorrow.